Hello and welcome back to another episode of our Ultimate Decades Challenge. This is 1396 Part B, and we have entered into the home of the Shoemaker residence, and this is Wolfstan Shoemaker being tended to by his father Byron. We are just going to be continuing on with this family. Wolfstan is actually about to be aging up into an infant. As we know, we don't have to roll for our infants for them to go ahead and age up, so we are going to be seeing Wolfstan age up, and we'll be seeing what his traits are going to be and what he's going to look like, which is going to be super exciting. For this part, we do have our 2 weddings that we need to be tending to, and on top of that, we're going to be trying to see if we can get Dulce pregnant, but we do have also another birthday with Odella von Schwan to be aging her up to a toddler. So we do have a lot of things that need to be getting tended to for this part, and we'll be heading over to see our main household because, as we know, it is going to be the harvest tomorrow. So let's go ahead and jump in. We're going to let Byron just take care of Wolfstan here. He's got himself a little bit of a dirty diaper on, and he is not at all happy about it. So Byron is going to be taking care of that, but it looks like Halima and Forwin, their little girl, have decided they're going to have the family dynamic of jokesters. All right, we will allow that. So while Halima is tending to Forwin, Byron is just tending to his son Wolfstan, and he's going to go ahead and get him all squared away with a diaper change, and then we're going to just go ahead and let him age up Mr. Wolfstan here as well, and we'll get him aged up into an infant, and we'll do his makeover, which is great. So Wolfstan is going to be a Scorpio, and we're going to see that he is going to have the trait of calm, and let's go ahead. Oh, he's got blonde hair like his dad. All right, let's go ahead and hop into Cass and see what he looks like after his makeover. So there is our little Wolfstan Shoemaker after his makeover, and he is adorable. He's got really, really dark eyes, and he is a precious little bean. So let's go ahead and jump back into the game. We are going to go head over and see Odella von Schwan, and we are going to see her age up into a toddler. We have arrived here in the Von Schwan residence. This is little Odella here. For her to age up into a toddler, she can't roll the numbers 4, 8, 12, or 16. We are going to go ahead and hop into Cass with her because, as we know, we have to age her up in Cass, and then we will roll and see if she is going to make it. All right, so for Odella here, we are just going to roll and see if she is going to be able to make it to her toddler roll. And as we know, she can't roll a 4, 8, 12, or a 16. Let's go ahead and roll our dice, and she rolls an 8, which is not a good number, so she is going to pass away. Let's go ahead and age her up to a toddler, and then we will have to take her away from her parents. She was going to have the traits of intelligent and a quick learner, and let's go ahead and do her makeover, and then we'll hop back into the game and we'll take her away from her family. So there is Odella von Schwan. Let's jump back into the game, and we will be taking her away from her family. Sadly, that is the case. We will roll and find out what it is that she has died from. Okay, so this is our death wheel. We are just going to give it a spin and find out what it is that Odella is passing away from. So let's go ahead and give this a spin. And Odella is passing away from dysentery, which is a communicable disease. So we will need to roll for everyone else in the family as well. And as we know, if we go over, it says, for those who live with the infected person, roll a d20. A roll of 3 or 8 means they've contracted it, and they should also flip a coin. So we are going to pull up our dice, and we are going to roll for Drogo, Maureen, and Robert. And they can't roll a 3 or an 8. So Maureen has contracted dysentery as well. So we are going to have to flip a coin for her and see if she has contracted this. Heads, we survive. Tails, we don't. She has survived. All right, we love that. So let's go ahead and go over here to Odella. And we are going to take Odella away from the family. Sadly enough, she is not going to be able to be with her family any longer. I'm just going to send her home because she's not at home currently. And I do want her to be at home so we can get her tombstone. Drogo likes affection. Okay, Drogo, you can like affection. I do think Maureen and Drogo are supposed to have more children. Yes, they are. So I may go ahead and try for another baby before I take her away, because obviously if I take her away, they're going to be too sad. So we may try for another baby before we take their child away. That's probably going to be a good idea. We'll check and see if Maureen is currently pregnant. She is not. So we will definitely try for another little one. And then we will take away the little one here. So let's go ahead and get them to try for a baby. So let's get them to do that. Try for a baby with Drogo while we wait on Odella to get herself to the house. She's like, I think we should try for another child. And he's like, you do? And she's like, absolutely. And he's like, okay, I am very into that idea. So we're going to have them go on in here, and they are going to try for another little one. Hopefully they will be successful in that. I do think that Odella is back home. Yes, she definitely is. So we are going to go ahead and we are going to take her away from them. So let's go ahead and we are going to kill her. It is cold outside, so we're just going to take her by freezing. And that is going to be super sad, but, you know, it is what it is. As we know, she did die from dysentery, but, you know, that's not really a death option, so. She is dying. They are upstairs trying for a little one. Unbeknownst to them, their little girl has died of sickness downstairs. Oh, it's so sad. Drogo will probably be the one that will find her, and that will be really, really sad. Let's just check. And it looks like she was successful in getting pregnant, so we will just put on there that she has tried for a baby and is successful. So they have one baby try left, so that's wonderful. After this, they'll have one more baby try. And we are just waiting for the Grim to show up and take away little Odella here. There's the Grim. He's coming. He's just taking his sweet time. Look at the chicken. The chicken's like, oh my god, what has happened here? Everyone's going to come down and notice that Odella has passed away. Huh?
Oh, Chorg.
So they are super saddened by the loss of their daughter. Now they are only going to have their son, Robert. Odella is no longer going to be with them. We will have to look and see when Odella was born so that we can update her epitaph here. And then we will have to put her in the cemetery. They are very, very upset. They obviously don't know that they are expecting yet, so they are just besides themselves with this news of the loss of their child. But let's go ahead and take a look and see when Odella was born. All right, Odella was born in 1395. 1395 to 1396. All right, so we are going to update that. She has died in July of 1396, and she died of dysentery. And let's go ahead and place her inventory, and we will take her off to the cemetery. Okay, so we have arrived here in the cemetery. We have placed Odella von Schwan here. I'm just going to have Mom come and mourn her, and then we will let her go ahead and go on home after she has done that. She is going to be super sad, so we'll just let her go ahead and mourn her daughter. I think that would make her feel a little bit better. She's feeling pretty hungry, so we'll get her home so that she can get herself a bite to eat. But then we are going to go ahead and head over, and we're going to see Esma Petechia, because it is time for her to go ahead and have her wedding. She is, as we know, getting herself married to Finn Arundel, and they want to get their lives started together. So we are going to definitely go and see them get themselves hitched. So we definitely want to get this wedding off without any more delays. So let's go ahead and get her back home, and then we will head over and we will see Esma so that we can get her and Finn married so they can begin their life together. Over here in the Petechia home, this is Esma. As we know, she is ready to go ahead and get herself married. She's currently feeling very angry because she is a hostile sim, and hostile sims are always full of anger. Well, it's your wedding day. I mean, can you not? We are going to go ahead and get her ready to travel. We are going to travel with her mom, and we're going to travel with Finn. Maybe we could also bring Bryce, and Bryce can get married. No, Bryce is getting married tomorrow. So we'll just get Genevieve to come, and Finn, we'll let Bryce come so that he can be part of the festivities though. And everyone will go ahead and attend this ceremony, and we'll get them married. Okay, we have arrived here at the chapel. We are just going to go ahead and seat our guests and get them ready to watch the ceremony. And then we're going to have our married couple go ahead and get themselves up to the altar so that they can go ahead and exchange their vows so they can begin their life together. Esma is feeling very flirty now that she's here at the chapel and knowing that she is going to exchange her vows with Finn. As we know, she is very in love with him, and she can't wait to begin their life together. They are scheduled or need to have 6 children together, so that's going to be really exciting to see, and I can't wait for them to start their lives together. I am just going to be letting them live with Genevieve. That way, when she goes into labor for the first time, she will be with her mother, and her mother can help her through the childbirth, which will be fantastic. And obviously, Esma's mom, Genevieve, will be there with her to help her raise the children and take care of them until she obviously passes on. But it will be a helpful hand for them with the children as well. It will be an extra slot taken up in the house, but I think it will be okay. So Genevieve will be living with them. We'll just move Finn in with Esma and Genevieve, and it will become their house. It'll become the Arundel home. Oh. What a beautiful ceremony with them exchanging their vows, being so in love with one another. And we obviously will be upgrading Esma to her new colors because she's now going to be in blue instead of in green. Oh, congratulations. Yes, we're going to move them in together. Finn is going to go over here, and we are going to then hop into Cass and give them their upgrades. And by them, I mean Esma. And there is Esma Arundel all done up in her blue. We absolutely love that. This married couple is going to go ahead now and head themselves on home, and they are going to consummate their marriage, and we'll see how that goes. Okay, we are back here with the family. We are just going to go ahead and let Finn approach Esma, and he is going to romance her a little bit and blow a kiss, and then we are going to have him try to get them to try for consummating their marriage, and hopefully they'll be able to get themselves with children or a child. They are both very satisfied in this relationship, which is fantastic. We love that. Like I said, they are smitten with one another. It is currently August of 1396, and we are well on our way with Part B here. They have had a successful wedding, and now they are just going to go ahead and try to continue on with getting their lives started. What is Esma doing? She's bored. Okay. Well, why don't you do something if you're bored? Why don't you come over here and collect the beeswax and collect the honey and collect this beeswax and collect this honey, and at least that'll give you something to do. And you can grab all the servings in that. While they go and try for a little one, you can just come over here and try to be domestic, because there's mac and cheese over here that someone created, so you might as well grab all the servings and they can be prepared, so that'll be fantastic. I mean, we do have some gruel here. There's only one left, but we'll put it in the fridge. Alright, so she has grabbed all of that macaroni and cheese. Ooh, it's poor quality, but I mean, I guess it's better than nothing. And we'll put this honey in the fridge here. Alright, so that's fantastic. Maybe we can get her to come over here and make some food. She can make lemon and honey tea. Why don't you do that? These two have tried for a baby, or they're in the process of trying for a baby. And once they're done with that, we'll check and see if they were successful in that. They have a little crib here just hanging out. I'm gonna take care of that. Alright, let's see if she was successful in getting pregnant. She's like, no, I want to go to sleep. You can't even check. Okay, why don't you get up and go to the washroom? And we'll look and see if you are with child. You are. All right, so their first attempt at trying for a baby was successful. They have 5 baby tries left, and their first one was off without a hitch. So that is wonderful. We are going to go ahead and we are going to head over and see our main household. We're going to check in with them and see how they're doing. As we know, we did find out that, well, there was like a throw up option on the toilet. So we're going to check in and see if we are expecting in our main household as well. Here in the main household, we are just going to check in on everyone. We're going to make sure everyone's doing okay. And we want to make sure that McKenna, like how she's doing. Oh, she is pregnant. All right, she will be in her 2nd trimester in 10 hours. So we are definitely having another little one in this house, which is fantastic. I do want to get Xavier out to check on the garden because as we know, we will be dealing with our harvest tomorrow. So I just want to make sure that we can go ahead and be ready for that. So I want to make sure that everything looks good. Currently right now everything does look good. It doesn't look like anything really needs to be tended to. Nothing needs to be watered. We don't really have any bugs going on, so things look pretty good. What is this? Oh, the walnuts have fallen off the tree. All right, well, we'll go ahead and we'll grab those up. Can he grab those? Can I grab those? No? Why not? Okay, well, that's odd. I guess I can't. I would have to harvest the walnuts. So I guess they haven't fallen off the tree. It just kind of looks like they have. I don't really know. But that's perfectly fine. I'm going to get him to come out here and we are going to clean the coop and collect the eggs. And I'm going to get Ada to come out and gather this honey. And I'm going to get Can to come out and gather this honey. And make sure that everything, no, don't chase away the turtles. Make sure that both of them are able to maybe get some honey going on because we definitely want that taking place. And it does look like we need to get some laundry going, so I am going to just get her to get a load of wash going. I know she definitely doesn't really want to be doing that. It looks like currently right now she is upstairs dealing with Ulveva. But I am going to have her come down and just deal with some of the wash. She's like, but I'm pregnant. I know, but you're not very far along. So get some washing done and get it hanging on the line because let's be real. The laundry gets out of control pretty quickly. And then once you're done dealing with the chickens, Xavier, you can get out here and you can start doing some archery. So we'll get him doing some archery. Tomorrow is going to be harvest day, and so we will be doing the harvest, and that will be fantastic because we'll have a lot of things that we can put into our fridge and we'll be able to move along with that, and then we'll be getting ourselves ready for the next season. Ada, why don't you come over and filter the honey that you found? Oh good, they both were able to find some honey in the honey trees, which is fantastic. We'll get them both to do that. And how are you, Ulveva? She's doing good. Okay, great. Maybe you can go ahead and put this clothes on the line, McKenna, and then once you're done with that, you can come and replace the water. And Nadia Augustine has gone into labor, so let's go ahead and head over and see Nadia Augustine. Okay, so I tried to go into Nadia Augustine's home and it will not load her lot. So we are just going to let her have her baby here. And I think there's something wrong with that family. So we're going to say that her husband William has gone off hunting. Possibly something has happened to him and maybe he has been mauled by a bear and he has possibly died. And we will see how Nadia fares with her labor. There's possibly the potential that she will die in childbirth because she is going to have so many roles, but we'll see how it goes. But she has given birth to a girl. So we are going to name her little girl Fair. Augustine. Oh, she had twins. All right, we are going to name her second child Thomasina. All right, so she had twins. Let's go ahead and pull up the dice. So for that, being that she had twins, she has to roll a 1, 11. She can't roll a 1, 11, 2, or a 15. So let's go ahead and we will 1, 11, 2, or 15. All right. No, 1, 11, 2, or 15. So she rolls a 1. So she is going to die. All right, so we are going to be taking the mom away. The baby can't roll. Oh, hold on. Let me take some of these away. The baby can't roll a 1, 5, 7, 10, 12, 15, 17, or a 20. And the baby rolls a 16 and is going to live. So that's the first baby. And Thomasina rolls a 19 and is going to live. So both of the babies live, but both of the parents die. So the babies are going to live, but they're going to be orphans. So I don't know how I'm going to get into that house to take care of the babies to get them off to the orphanage, but I will try to figure that out. And let me go ahead and see if I can do that now. I will try to split them off, and then we will carry on with our main household. We are back in with our main household. I have placed Fair and Thomasina Augustine in with the Like and Von Schwan family, as they are their closest relatives, and unfortunately we have lost William to the woods and Nadia to childbirth. So we are going to carry on. We are currently in August of 1396, and we are going to have Xavier just continue on with his archery. And I really did have you do some laundry. Did that not work? She's like, well, you know, I kind of got sidetracked. Okay, well, we'll get you to hang those on the clothesline, and then you can go ahead and get those finished up there. And I think that Ada was doing the honey, and then we were going to get Can to do some honey. And now it looks like Caitlin Petechia has gone into labor, so we are going to go and see Caitlin Petechia. All right, well, we love that. So I am going to go ahead and let her put this laundry on the line before I leave, because otherwise we're never going to get it on the line, and I would really like this laundry to at least be hung up. So we will allow her to get out here and at least hang this laundry up before we head over to see Caitlin. And then we'll go see her and let her give birth to her little one. All right, let's go see Caitlin Petechia. Here in the Petechia home, Caitlin is bursting at the seams. We are going to let her go and have her baby. She's so sad. She's like, not again. This is one huge household. As we know, she has so many babies. We are going to go ahead and let her have another. And so, as we know, the Petechias, they have just the best luck when it comes to having children and able to keep their children. I don't know why that is, but the Petechias definitely grow. And they have had a girl, so we are going to name this little one Gertie. Alright, so we have had a single birth with little Gertie. We are going to go ahead and roll for mom and baby. Mom can't roll a 1 or an 11, and baby can't roll a 1, 5, 7, 10, 12, 15, 17, or a 20. So let's go ahead and pull up our dice and give them a roll. Mom rolls a 10 and is safe. Baby rolls a 16, which is also a good number. So Caitlin is good, and so is Gertie. So we are going to go ahead and update them on the timeline, and then we will carry on with this. All right, she has had her little one. Let's go ahead and let her give this little baby a cuddle and a feed, and she can go ahead and take care of Gertie a little bit, which is going to be precious.
Oh, May. Aw.
She's feeling really blessed that she's had another child, and this is officially a full household. They, I believe, let me take a look. They have 3 more baby tries. So they could have 3 more children, but obviously they're going to have to wait till some of their babies either age up and move out, or if they were to pass away. And so there's that. It does look like Nickel likes pranks. You can like pranks. That's perfectly fine. So they aren't going to be having babies for a little while longer in the event, obviously, that, you know, they have a house full. But they do have 3 more baby tries in the event that they want to continue to try. They are both adults, so I don't know if, you know, they would maybe want to keep trying, but they technically do have 3 baby tries left, so that option is still on the table for them. But we are going to go ahead and head back over to our main household and make sure everything is good to go with them. So now that our laundry is up, we're just going to make sure that Can did press this honey. No, she did not filter the honey, so let's get her filtering her honey. And then Xavier, did you finish practicing? Let's check out how you're doing. Yes, you did well. You need to go ahead and head yourself off to work, sir. So let's get you to stop doing that and go on off to work. And McKenna, how are you? You need to go to the washroom. So let's take you off to the washroom. Ada has filtered his honey. I don't know what he did with it, but that's perfectly fine. And Ada's pretty good, so we love that. I'm actually going to get him to come out here and do a little bit of fishing, and then we will get you. I don't know who started that painting, so I just don't know. The coop is clean, the eggs are tended to, so there's nothing that needs to be done with that, so that's perfect. Let's maybe get you to collect your honey, and then you can get in here and you can stitch something, and she's gonna go upstairs and play. Okay, you do you. Bella is just outside wandering around, getting to know the farm. We love that for her. Is she not just the most precious thing that you have ever seen? I think she is such a doll baby. All right, well, do you just love it? Why don't you go over there and eat that blueberry? And Can is just doing a little bit of cross stitching, which we absolutely love, while Ada's out here getting some fishing in, hoping that he can catch some things for his stepmom, and hopefully that will be good. We definitely want to catch some fish because then McKenna can make things with it, which will be good. And she's up here just building things on this table, which is wonderful. But she's going to go out and she's going to check on Elveva because she's just now realized that she's outside. And she's thinking, oh, that's probably not good that she's outside wandered off by herself. And, you know, I don't know that Elveva would maybe get hurt or really get into anything, but she is a little concerned with her being out there by herself. After you get a bite to eat, McKenna, why don't you go ahead and add a laundry additive since, you know, you didn't do that before. And then maybe you also can do some stitching. We'll get you to do a large hoop as well. And let's check and see if you've caught anything. Oh, you caught a bass. All right, you are great. And it does look like Halima has come over to visit, so maybe we can get McKenna to come over and just do a little bit of chatting. She can invite Halima in and they can have a nice chat. She hasn't seen anyone in a little bit of time, and as we know, McKenna and Halima are pretty good friends, so I think that she would enjoy the visit. And she can even practice a little bit of calligraphy after she does a little bit of socializing with Halima. Did you already finish that cross-stitching, Can? So she did. That was really fast of her. Let's go ahead and put this honey in the fridge that she gathered. And Olveva and her are just having a little bit of a chat. I'm going to have her make some funny faces with Olveva, and she can ask Olveva about her mood. It looks like her and Olveva are going to be jokesters, which is wonderful. I love it when they have, you know, a nice, great, you know, relationship. I like when our Sims are close, so that's wonderful. So why don't we go ahead and do a goofy story with her? And they can talk about their brother. She can be like, you know, he's the heir, right? They don't care about us girls. She's like, what do you mean? She's like, well, I mean, I'm sure Dad cares about us, but boys are more important in the family. Oh, Beva's like, I don't understand. McKenna's like, Can, don't you be telling your sister these things. You girls are just as important as the boys. It's just that you can't carry on the name. And Can's like, yeah, well, I find that every time you get pregnant, Dad says he wants you to have a boy, so I think boys are more special. And McKenna's like, well, you might be right, but I disagree. So I'm going to get Ada to stop fishing and come on in here and grab himself a bit of a serving. He hasn't caught anything other than that bass, so we're just going to let him come on in and take care of some of his needs. He needs to get a bite to eat. He needs to go to the washroom. And truth be known, Can could also stand to do the bathroom and eating. Look at all these animals around her like, could you feed us? Are they hungry? No, they're good. Very happy, clean and content, clean and content, clean and content. But they are ready to be sheared. So let's shear, let's milk, let's shear. All right, so she can get busy on some of these chores with the animals once she's done doing her cross-stitching and some of her chores here. Xavier is home from his job. We're just going to let him go ahead and go to the washroom and get himself a bite to eat as well. So everyone's just having themselves a nice meal together at the table here, doing a little bit of communicating and sharing about their day. She's like, Dad, how was work? And he's like, oh, work went great. And she's like, did you get a promotion? And he's like, oh, no, I didn't. And she's like, well, why not? And he's like, well, you know, I didn't have enough skill. It just wasn't there yet. And Can's like, I know you'll get there, Dad. Just keep trying. And he's like, oh, thanks so much for the support, Can. I really appreciate that. And she's like, yeah, of course. I'm going to go ahead and get him to kind of pick up a little bit. Maybe he can actually take the trash out. No, you can throw it in the floor. Great. We love that. One of these days, I'm going to figure out the trash can situation. Don't know when that's going to be, but it would be nice. All right, so he didn't do that painting. It was you that did the painting. Let's go ahead and get you to milk this goat while she deals with the others. And Xavier, honey, do you need food? No, but you do need to go to the washroom. Everyone's pretty good as far as their needs go, which is fantastic. I am loving that everyone is doing so well. It looks like our laundry's done. So I'm going to have Xavier come out and help with the laundry, and then he can do a little bit more practicing of the archery. He's like, really? It's getting late. It is getting late, but you can always practice. It is good for your work task, so we definitely need you getting that skill up. So he's just going to practice a little bit. We are in September of 1396. We're well on our way And in the morning, it will be October, and it will also be harvest. McKenna is currently in her second trimester in 2 hours. We are getting on up there. We love that. Can, did you need to? No, you didn't. You need to go to the washroom, Can. Ada's like, I'm going to come out here and talk about the fact that I'm scratchy right now. He's like, I've got bugs. And she's like, what do you mean you got bugs? And he's like, I don't know. I was out fishing today and something crawled on me and now I've broken out. I don't really know what the problem is, but I feel like I've got bugs crawling all over me. And Can's like, that's really gross, Ada. You should probably get that checked. Alright, so we are going to go ahead and sell this painting, and we are going to check the garden just to make sure everything is good. It looks like everything is. Everything is ready for harvest tomorrow, which is fantastic. We are absolutely loving that. I can't wait for us to have our harvest tomorrow. It does look like we can clean the coop and check the eggs. So we will have Xavier come out and do just that. And then maybe he can get a little bit more archery practice in, and then I'm going to send him off to bed. I am also going to send McKenna off to bed, and I'm going to send Ada and Can off to bed. And Olbeva is really needing to go to the potty, so it looks like she's heading that way. So that's great, because I do think that she has earned enough potty skill that she can potty on her own now. So she's heading herself off to go potty, which is wonderful. So we'll let her get her pottying up, and she will feel much better, and then we'll let her go on off to bed too. And she'll be able to get herself a little bit of sleep for the night. Everyone will rest, and then in the morning we'll all band together and we will try to get our harvest done. It's probably just going to be the parents, obviously, because, well, let's face it, the children are not going to be able to do the harvest, I don't believe, but it is what it is. Are you tired? Xavier, do you want to come in here and get yourself off to bed? All right, so little Veva is heading herself on upstairs to go to sleep. She is feeling really angry right now. Why is she so angry? She's still upset because she feels hurt by someone nearby. I'm pretty sure that she's upset by Ada. He hurt her feelings the other day and she's still upset by that. So, you know, that's pretty unfortunate, but there's not really a whole lot I can do about that. She just has to get through those feelings with time, and hopefully that will pass. But we are going to send Xavier off to bed, and I will see you in the morning. Okay, so it is like 1:45 in the morning. McKenna has gotten up to play this bloody game. I don't know what her deal is, but I'm going to have her come on downstairs and make a little bit of food, I think. I'm going to get her to make a little bit of pottage for the family. Oh geez, not that size. That's too small. Don't do that. Let's do a family, not family size, but a party size of pottage. So we'll get her to do a party size of pottage so that everybody will be able to eat it. Xavier, you need to get away from the stove. Okay, we don't care about the void critters. And Xavier, honey, why don't you go ahead and you can check on the eggs. I'm pretty sure that there's nothing. No, we don't want to call the chickens out. They're sleeping. We'll just leave them be. It is going to be harvest day today, so we will have them do some harvesting. But first, I'm going to get him out here, and he is going to do some archery. So we'll let him get some archery in. Can is up. She is just in here watching the cooking. We are going to let McKenna go ahead and grab a bit of this pottage because she's feeling a little bit hungry, being that she's pregnant. And Can is like, I'm not really quite hungry for breakfast just yet, but that's perfectly okay. It's only 4 o'clock in the morning, so I mean it makes sense that they're not quite that hungry, but they are having a little bit of a conversation. McKenna's like, what are your plans for the day? And I think that Can is going to probably try to collect a little bit of honey, and then she's like, I think maybe I might do a little bit of fishing today. You know, I'm not as good as Ada, and I really want to get better at it. And McKenna's like, well, you have to definitely keep trying if you want to get better. And Can's like, okay, well, maybe I'll head out there after I have a little bit of breakfast. And she's like, are you hungry, or are you just eating to eat? And she's like, well, I'm not really that hungry yet. And she's like, well, why don't you go on out? Maybe they're biting early this morning. And so we're going to go ahead. We're going to send Can on out. It is still dark out, but we're going to have her go ahead and go on out and go fishing and see if she can catch some fish. And we're going to let McKenna go on and finish her breakfast here. This meat and cheese is almost finished, so maybe I can get her to make another meat and cheese and bread platter. Let me see about that. And Xavier's come in. He's like, hey, honey, I just wanted to check on you and the pregnancy. And she's like, oh, I'm doing okay. You know how it goes. I have my good days and my bad days. And he's like, yeah, I understand. I just wanted to make sure everything was okay with you, because I know that sometimes it can get rough. So she's going to go ahead when she's done eating here, and she's going to pull out another platter. And we'll make sure that there is enough meat, cheese, and bread for everyone, because as we know, that doesn't go off and it keeps everyone filled up. So we have served that, which is fantastic. But I think I'm going to have Xavier go ahead, and he is going to just love on her a little bit. So let's go ahead and maybe we can offer her a bit of a rose. I do want him to build on some of their romance. Oh my goodness. We also need to get him in here to repair the fridge. So let's get him in there to pair the food cellar. And then I'm going to send McKenna off to go to the washroom. Ada's still sleeping and Can is fishing. And when you get up, you can come down and grab yourself a serving of this pottage as well, Olveva. And it looks like we are now in our third trimester in 17 hours. So she's officially in her second trimester. It is about 5 o'clock in the morning. I am going to go ahead and I'm going to get Xavier to come on out here and start to harvest everything. And I'm going to get you to come over here, and I'm going to get you to harvest all over here. And they can work together to harvest everything in the garden together. So between the both of them harvesting on each side, maybe they can kind of meet in the middle is my goal. So I'm going to get McKenna to harvest the wheat, and I'll get Xavier to harvest all of the veg over here. And hopefully they can work together to get the harvesting done. So McKenna has come on out after she used the washroom. She's going to go ahead and get busy on harvesting up this wheat. And that's going to be wonderful, because we'll be able to use this wheat, I think, to turn it into flour. So we love that. And I am not sure how we mill that into flour, but what does it say? A small, hard seed that has a nutty flavor when milled into flour. I'm just going to have to look and see what we need to mill it into flour, but can you not harvest all? Harvest all. Do I have to say you harvest wheat? I'm having to literally click on every single one. I don't know why. I think maybe her skill's not high enough is why. Alright, so it looks like he has gone ahead and harvested everything over here. Did they harvest these? Or were these not ready to be harvested? Out of season. Whatever do you mean? Alright, so we are going to go ahead and check what we got, and we will put everything in the fridge. Let's throw this away. All right, so McKenna got 84 wheat. Wow, that's amazing. And Xavier got 8 apples, 6 pears, 10 pumpkins, 32 purple carrots, 32 yellow carrots, and 6 cabbage. We also have 2 eggs, and I'm going to sell the blue egg and the chocolate egg, and then we also got 10 walnuts, and he has 2 milk. All right, and we can sell these here. Oh, he also got 28 wheat. All right, so I'm gonna look and see if there is something that we can do to do the wheat. Maybe we can use this. Make meal products. Wheat flour, no. Process tea, make packaged food, make crafting item, make dairy products, make packaged food, make cheese. No, I don't think so. Let's get her to get in here and make some bread. We have a lot of wheat. I have to figure out what we do about the wheat. Oh, we need the mill appliance mod. Okay, I'll have to download that, I guess. But she did make this bread, so we will put that in the fridge. Let me go and download that, and then I will return. Okay, we are back in the game. I have downloaded these mods. I am just going to get Xavier to make a little bit of twine here, and hopefully we can get the wheat to hang and preserve, and then we'll be able to go ahead and get it drying so they can make flour. I believe that is what we need to do. So we'll just make a little bit of twine. I don't know how much we need, so we'll just make a couple. So he's making that. She's just outside watering everything that needs to be watered, which is great. And we'll just put the wheat in his inventory so that when he's done making the twine, he can go ahead and hang everything up. So he has made the twine. Well, it said it made it. Where is it? I wonder where the twine goes after he makes it. Let's check the home inventory and see if it went there. Yes. Okay. So let's go ahead and put it in his inventory. You can't. Okay. Let's see what I have to do here. I can't get it to go on the line, which is really confusing. Okay, I will have to figure some more out about that. Obviously, it is not working like I had thought it was going to. But we will just continue on with the game, and we will try to figure that out as time goes on, because that's not really working out as I had planned. She is currently making some things in the press, it would seem. So that's great, and we love that for her. So I have her making some things here in the press, and then we'll have some salt and things like that because she's currently making those things in the mill. Maybe she can package milled goods. Let's go ahead and do that. So we'll get her to package up the things that she made in the mill, and then we are going to head over to our area where we need to go next, which is to Bryce's house, because Bryce has to get married, as we know. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to go see Bryce, and we're going to get him married. So she made a little bit of sugar, and that is fantastic. Maybe she didn't make the salt, but that's okay. She also has a bit of milk here we'll put away, and so we love that for her. All right. So she is currently right now in her 3rd trimester in 13 hours, so she is still in her 2nd trimester, but let's go ahead and head over and we're going to see Bryce, and we are going to get him married. Okay, so we are here at the chapel, it would seem, with Bryce, and we are going to go ahead and we are just going to call over his lady love, and we are going to go ahead and get them married. It is time for them to tie the knot, so let's go ahead and get them married as well. So we will have him give her a phone call, and then we will send them over, and we are going to have them get married as well. So I'm just going to have him go here, and he can get married with her. So after he's done giving her a call, they'll go over and go to the chapel together, and they will get themselves married, which is going to be fantastic. He is really thrilled about the fact that he's about to get married. Look how flirty he is. What does this say? Wedding bliss. What a beautiful setting for a wedding. Nothing says love like a wedding. So he's really excited. He's going to be tying the knot with Francesca, which we absolutely love. As we know, they are going to be having 5 children together. Look at her up here waiting on him. She's like, "Where have you been?" And he's like, "I'm sorry, love. I really am." But we are going to go ahead and take them inside, and we are going to get married to Francesca here. So let's go ahead and get them wed. They're going to go on in to the chapel here and say their vows, say I do, and we're going to get them ready to spend their lives together. He's like, "Well, now I'm waiting on you." And she's like, "Calm down, Bryce, calm down." So Francesca and Bryce are going to go ahead and tie the knot here. They don't have any witnesses, but that's okay. And then they are going to be moving into a place of their own, and he is super thrilled about it. They just have too many people in this house for them to stay here, so we've been moving them into their own place. And Bryce is really excited about the adventure that he's about to go on with his loving bride, and Francesca and him will be happily starting their lives together. And as we know, Francesca is going to be an Arundel, and we are going to get her in the blue colors. And there is Francesca Arundel. I am going to go ahead and add her to the timeline, and we are going to split them off into their own household. So here we are with the Arundel family, with Bryce and with Francesca. We are just going to go ahead and have Bryce go over to Francesca and give her a bit of a hug and a kiss. And then he is going to ask her if they can go ahead and consummate their marriage. And hopefully she will tell him yes. And then they will be able to go ahead and try for a little one.
Nefnis Shuna.
Rar.
It is November of 1396, and we are well on our way to finishing up this part. We do need to also go see Dulce in this part and see if we can get her with child. So we'll be doing that also. So let's go ahead, hopefully, and get them trying for a baby. Oh yeah, she's keen. So we're going to take them in and we're going to let them go upstairs, and they are going to go and try for a little one here. So let's get them doing that, and hopefully they will be able to get some success in trying for a little one. Bryce obviously is wanting an heir to the family, so we're hoping that she is going to be expecting. Get up out of the bed. I just need to check and see if you're expecting so I can mark that on the calendar here. So let's see. She is with child, so we will go ahead and say their first try was successful. So we will put that down on the calendar here that Bryce and Francesca Arundel, they have 5 tries, well, 4 left, and yes, they are pregnant. Perfect. Right, and we are going to head over and we're going to see Dulce. Look at her be flirty with him. She is so in love with him. They are just so smitten with one another. I absolutely love it. We love that for them. But let's go head over and see Dulce and see if we can get them pregnant as well. All right, so we have arrived here in the home with the Petechias, and we are going to try and get Dulce pregnant. As we know, she has recently lost her child that she had, and they had been trying and trying and trying, and they finally got pregnant. When she went into labor, she did have a stillborn baby, and so we are going to try again, and hopefully they will be able to have another one. Dulce does need to have, well, she has 3 more pregnancy tries, so hopefully this will take, and she will get pregnant on the first try, and we don't have to try 3 more times for her to get pregnant. Because, you know, I do want her to have several children other than just their son Dennis, but, you know, we can never tell. So we will go ahead and let them try to go and hopefully get themselves pregnant here, and off they go. Dennis just is in here playing a little bit of chess, getting his motor skill up. We absolutely love that for him. He's such a good little boy. He does seem bored though. He maybe doesn't really care for it all that much, but you know, it is what it is. He's doing what he can. So we love that for him. And so we are just going to let them finish up here with this trying for a baby, and then I'm going to get Dulce up out of bed, and we're going to see if she was successful. Hopefully she is pregnant, and we will be able to find out if she has pregnancy here going on, and she is. The first try even. We love that. All right, so she has 2 more pregnancy tries after this, and we love that for her. And that's wonderful news. All right, and who else needs to have a baby? I don't know. So Ramona and Caitlin just had a baby, and Carolina Meshram. Let's go see them. Okay, so this family also is feeling really sad. It looks like they recently lost a child, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to get them to try for a baby, but we are going to try. Too sad to do this. She's also too sad to do this. I may just go ahead and cheat this for them and get them pregnant because it has been a long time since they were pregnant, so we'll just go ahead and cheat that for them. And that will be their 5th try, and we'll put that they're pregnant because they are needing to be pregnant. And so they are going to be with child here. And then we have Emil and Yasmin Goodwill. So let's go see them. Okay, here in the Goodwill home, we are going to go ahead and get them to try for a baby. They have 9 more baby tries. They desperately need to have some children. So I'm going to go ahead and get them to try for a little one as well. And we will get them going on with their pregnancy try here. And hopefully they'll be able to start a family because I don't think they have any children at all. I think they had tried and I don't think that it was successful. So we're going to obviously get them going on a family here. Oh, are they having trouble getting to the bed because of all of the baby cribs? Possibly. Let us deal with that. All right, now let's try. Try for a baby. Get yourself up here and try for a little one. I know you guys want to. Don't act like you don't. She's like, I really do want to have a baby with you. She likes stories. You can like stories, but head yourself upstairs, both of you, and get up here and try for a little one. She's like, come on, Emil. He's like, I'm coming, love. She's cringe. Okay, you can be cringe all you want. Just get upstairs and try for a baby nonetheless. So they're going to come upstairs. They are going to go ahead and try for a little one. Hopefully this is successful. They clearly had multiples last time, and I guess she had no luck at all. But we are going to go ahead and hope that she's successful in this go around. And we are going to keep our fingers crossed for the Goodwill family because we definitely want Emil to have an heir. We definitely want her to get pregnant here. So is she lucky? Yes, she is. She is pregnant. So we will put that she is pregnant here. And we are going to go ahead and hop back over into our main household for the remainder of time here in this episode. I lied. We have come over to the Goodwill home. This is Barbetta, and she is a teenager who is scheduled to get married in the first part of our next episode in part A of 1397. So we're actually going to go and we're going to try to find her some suitors for this first part, or like the towards the last end here of this episode, and see if she can find a little bit of love. So we're going to take her to travel with her dad, and we're going to see if we can find her a match before the end of this episode so that in the first part of the next episode we can go ahead and get her married. So let's travel with her dad, Roger, and we are going to take them to go and meet some likely suitors. Okay, so we have arrived here at the Langdon house. We are just going to go ahead and we are going to introduce ourselves to Tate Langdon here, and we're going to see if he is single. He is a little bit older than Barbetta, but that's okay. So we are going to see how they get on. She's going to kind of flirt with him a little bit, and we're going to, you know, just be a little bit friendly with him. She's going to do a little bit of small talk and ask him about his day, and she's going to ask him if he wants to dance with her. I don't think they will have any type of romance. Oh, he's married. Okay, so he is out. She did think he was funny and he found her interesting, but he is married, so he is not going to be someone that she can be in a relationship with. So I'm actually going to go ahead and end their dancing, and we will continue on because it's just going to be a little bit awkward. Let's get them to travel to the next place. All right, let's travel with Dad to the next home. She did have good compatibility with him, but he's married, so no go. All right, we have arrived here, and here is one of them. His name is Akram. We're going to go ahead and have her do a respectful introduction with him and see if she can get to know him pretty well. We will have her, you know, try to socialize with him a little bit. Hopefully she can build up some relationship with him. I'm not sure where the other gentleman is, but maybe he'll come out and we can get to know him as well. But she has done a respectful introduction with Akram here. She is going to go ahead and, you know, have a little bit of small talk and ask him about his day. She can hold his hand, and we are going to have her talk about some interest with him. And why don't you go ahead and ask him to dance with you? She's significantly taller than him, but that is perfectly fine. She's learned he is a slob, he's childish, he is romantic, and he is a green fiend. Okay, so she's going to go ahead and do some dancing with him. Let's go ahead and open up the profile and see what she thinks about him. She feels that her romantic feelings about him are neutral. She thinks he's clingy, but he thinks that she is interesting. Okay, she finds him clingy. Well, I don't know if she's going to like that very much, but we will find out. Their friendship is going up nice because they are dancing, which is good. She is going to maybe try to flirt with him a little bit. She'll make a flirtatious joke with him once they're done dancing and see how that goes. At the very least, we'll just see if he's keen. And then she can drop her handkerchief and we'll see if he likes that very much. And if he'll be a gentleman and pick that up for her. Look at her dad. Her dad's like, hopefully this works out well. I gotta get her married off. She's not getting any younger. Oh yes, he picked that up. That got them some romance.
Oh, yay, Bulervi.
She likes deception. No, don't like deception. Where'd he go? Quit talking to your dad and go talk to him. So go ahead and give him some flowers, and we're going to sing to him a little bit. And she is going to try to compliment his appearance. Their romance is not going that great. Try to be frisky with him. And impishly pester him. Hold his hands. Maybe she can try to give him a little bit of a shy kiss. Oh, she needs to apologize. Maybe he doesn't like that. Whisper in his ear and stroke his cheek. Get this romance up. You can do it. Take a romantic picture with him. And embrace him. And exchange numbers. Why does he keep trying to leave? She's like, I am trying to get you to like me, sir. What is the problem? Do a smooth recovery. Okay, knock on the door and get entrance to their house because this is ridiculous. Where are they? Here's Zalim. Let's come give him a friendly introduction. He's doing some painting, so he may not want to be interrupted, but she's going to come and chat with him. Oh, and they're going to try to be friends. She's going to give him a little bit of a hug and maybe offer him a massage. Gaze into his eyes. She's like, maybe I can get some romance with this guy. She's like, will you stop painting so we can do some romantic things? Honestly, can you?
Oh,
She's like, you look like you could stand for a massage.
Naramu. Zenjil, Shepizar, Rugi Payu. Oh, Equa, Calgo, Ingao.
Oh, that embarrassed him.
Lumazarba.
Flirting with him has embarrassed him greatly. He's like, I don't know how I feel about it. And she's like, I'm just trying to woo you somebody. Like, honestly, I need to marry someone. No, she's been rejected. Awkward encounter. Hold your horses, he says. Where'd the other guy go? She's having better luck with him. Honestly, I don't know where he went. Oh, here he is. He's playing chess. All right, let's go ahead and come over here and do some more romance with him. She can make a flirtatious joke with him, and we can hold his hands, ask him if he's single, and do a firefighter flirt. I mean, really? They can have their first kiss, so we'll let them do that. She's like, I've decided you're the person I want to be with, so I am totally going to lock that down. And he's like, really? And she's like, yeah, I am. He's like, well, I don't know if that's how I feel. And she's like, I really want to spend my life with you. And he's thinking, okay, if that's how you feel, I think maybe I could stand to be with you. She's like, you could stand to be with me? He's like, well, you know, it took me a minute, but I'm coming around. And she's like, okay, good. Because I really have grown to have some feelings for you. So offer him a rose and be frisky with him. And maybe you can ask him if he wants to be in a relationship with you. He's like, oh, thank you so much for the flowers. The roses are beautiful. They're having a steamy exchange, so he seems to be really liking this. I'm digging that he's liking it. But she's going to ask him if he wants to be a romantic partner with her, and I'm really hoping that he tells her yes. She's like, will you? And he's like, yes, I will. Of course I will. And she's like, oh my gosh, that's so great. So they are officially in a relationship. She's going to give him a kiss and an embrace. And they are definitely going to pursue this relationship, which is wonderful. So she's like, let's court and then we will totally get married. He's like, let's do it. So she's going to make this very official. We absolutely love that. They are in a steamy romantic dynamic, which is fantastic. They have entered into an official courtship, which is wonderful. She's going to... He just farted on her. We love that for no one. She's going to caress his cheek, And I am thrilled about this whole relationship. And we are going to go ahead and ask about his romantic interests and ask him a risque question. And then she's going to kiss his hands and she's going to say to him, I really hate to do this, but I have to go ahead and go. I need to head on home because I'm starving. So we're going to head her on to the house with her dad because she's really, really hungry. We're going to let them go on home and get themselves a bite to eat. And I am going to go ahead and get ready to wrap this episode up. So we are going to go ahead and take Barbetta in. We're going to let her get herself a bite to eat. In our next episode, we will be seeing Barbetta go ahead and tie the knot. We will also be seeing Ascilla get married. It's Ascilla-like. She'll be getting married as well. And so we will be having some more weddings coming down the way, which is fantastic. And we also have a ton, and I mean a ton of birthdays that are going to be going on. So that is something that's going to be happening in 1397. But I am going to go ahead and leave this episode here. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you are notified when new episodes go live on the channel. And I will see you guys in our next episode of our Ultimate Decades Challenge for the year 1397. And until next time, I'm going to go ahead and fly for now. Bye, Ravens.
Mon am I?